Hello students, today in this module we are going to learn about igneous rocks. Let's begin. Classify rocks into three major categories. I told you the igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and the metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are further categorized into intrusive igneous rocks and extrusive igneous rocks. And the sedimentary rocks are categorized into chemically formed sedimentary rocks, organically formed sedimentary rocks and mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. We do not categorize metamorphic rocks further, and here the igneous rocks are intrusive and extrusive, and the intrusive rocks on the basis of the cooling of magma is categorized as plutonic and hypobasal. So we are going to learn about each rock. So now let's start with the first rock, that is igneous rocks. So the word igneous is derived from the Latin word ignis, meaning fire. These rocks are of thermal origin. So now let's discuss first and the second point. The igneous rocks are actually of fiery origin. This means they are formed due to the involvement of heat. So what are they actually? They are actually formed from the volcanic eruption. They are the result of the volcanic eruption that took place for several years, for thousands of years on the planet. Now I'll tell you a story of how these rocks were formed. When the earth was formed, it was very hot, it was having very high temperature and there were volcanic eruptions. Now from these volcanoes came out magma, which are molten rocks. They came out from the mantle, that is the second layer, and they spread all over the earth's surface. Now after a long time of continuous volcanic eruption, the climate of the earth suddenly experienced certain changes and rainfall started. This rainfall continued for thousands of years and led to the formation of water bodies on the planet. Along with the formation of water bodies, they also cooled down the rocks, the magma which had spread all over the earth's surface and formed the first rock on the earth known as igneous rocks. Now I hope children you have understood that how the igneous rocks are formed. Now these rocks are also called primary rocks. Like you go to school, your first school is primary school. So therefore the first rock to form on the earth was known as primary rock, and it was named igneous rocks. And it's also known as the parent rock because all the other rocks, that is sedimentary and metamorphic, they are formed directly or indirectly from the igneous rocks. Now these igneous rocks are crystalline in nature. If you see the last point, I have highlighted the word crystalline. It means that these rocks have crystals and therefore they are crystalline in nature. Now let's see the types of igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are of two types on the basis of the place of their origin, where they have formed. Intrusive igneous rock and extrusive igneous rocks. Now they are formed by cooling down of magma and lava. So in the next coming slides you will understand why I am saying they are cooled down by cooling of magma and lava, and why their name are intrusive and extrusive. So let's proceed. So question is, how are igneous rocks formed? See the picture. This is the magma which has come out from inside the earth, and it has spread all over the surface. An igneous rock is one that is formed from cooling and solidification of molten, that is liquid, rock. Now let's see this. Deep in the ground is molten rock called magma. Sometimes magma bursts through the surface causing volcanic eruptions. Now igneous rocks are formed when magma cool and solidify. So I hope this is clear that the igneous rocks are formed by cooling down of magma as well as of lava. So first let us learn what is the difference between magma and lava. Children, look at this diagram. This is called magma chamber, from where the magma comes out. So the molten rock inside the earth is known as magma. When it comes out, it consists of molten rock as well as, you can see, gases, ash, dust particle, rock particles that are thrown high in the air when a volcano erupts. So, this is the difference between lava and magma. Magma is the molten rock inside the earth, and the lava, when the magma comes out, it is known as lava. Magma consists only of molten rock. Lava consists of molten rocks, gases, ash and dust particles thrown as a result of volcanic eruption. So, this is the concept of magma and lava, and this is the difference. I hope this is clear. Now children, we will see as we discussed that the igneous rocks are formed by cooling down of magma and lava. So, which are the two types of igneous rocks? So, looking at the diagram, see here, when the magma cool above the surface, means on the surface, here it should be written lava in place of magma. So, when lava cools above the surface, extrusive igneous rocks are formed. Now, children, look at this word extrusive, exterior. Exterior means outside. So, from there we can identify the word extrusive. So, when the magma comes out, spread all over and cool on the surface, it is known as extrusive igneous rock. And when the magma cool below the surface, it forms intrusive. Intrusive means interior, inside the volcano or below the earth surface. When the magma cool below the earth's surface, it is known as intrusive igneous rocks. Now students, look at this. This green highlighted area is the Deccan Trap or the Deccan Plateau of India. You know what? The Deccan Plateau is having black soil, and this black soil comes from igneous rocks. Because igneous rocks are the result of volcanic eruption, and in the past, in this portion of India, there was a lot of volcanic eruption, and as a result, this area is covered with igneous rock, and from the igneous rock, the black soil has formed. Now children, we will move to know about the types of igneous rocks. We have already seen extrusive and intrusive. I have already told you extrusive rocks formed outside on the surface, formed on the surface of the earth, whereas intrusive rocks are formed underground or plutons, means below. Plutons means below the surface of the earth. You can see here children, these are the cracks and crevasses in the volcano from where magma is coming out. When it is out, it is lava. So the extrusive rock examples are given like basalt and obsidian, and the intrusive rock which is formed below the surface. See, this is example, the most common intrusive igneous rock is granite. I hope this is clear. Let's proceed. Now children, the rate at which molten magma cool determine the crystal size. So let's understand it in a better way. Now when the magma comes out on the surface outside means as we know that inside the earth is hotter. The temperature is more than what is outside the on the crust. So when the magma comes out on the surface, the temperature is much lower. So it cools down very quickly. Whereas below the earth's surface, means inside the volcano, when the magma cools, it cools down very slowly because the temperature is higher than what it is on the surface. So I hope you have understood the concept of rate of cooling. So on the surface, the volcanic material, the magma cool down very quickly, whereas below the surface, it cools down at a slower rate. Now let's see what happens. Due to which the fast cooling process on the surface leads to fine crystal size. The crystals are of smaller size because they cool down at a very faster rate. So this is in case of the extrusive igneous rocks. The extrusive igneous rocks, you can see children, outside the volcano on the surface, when the lava cool down, it cool very fast. So the crystal sizes are very small. Whereas inside the volcano, that is below the earth's surface, you can see various features are formed like dike, sill. These are dike, sill, laccolith, batholith. So these are the igneous intrusive features which form below the earth's surface. So when it is little below, they form at a medium cooling speed, so medium crystal size. And when they cool deep below, like the batholiths, they are cooling deep below, so they cool very slowly. And now students will learn about the intrusive igneous rocks. The intrusive igneous rocks crystallize below the earth's surface. They're intrusive, interior, inside. And the slow cooling that occurs allow large crystals to form. Examples of some intrusive igneous rocks are diorite, gabbro, granite, pegmatite and peridotite. So these are the examples of igneous rocks forming beneath the earth crust. Let us see more. Granite is the most common intrusive igneous rock. Igneous rocks make up most of the rocks on the earth. Children, because this was the first rock to form on the planet, so definitely it will consist of the larger proportion. Most igneous rocks are buried below the surface and covered with sedimentary rocks or are buried beneath the ocean water. Now it's very obvious the first rock to form was igneous rock. So it is lying below, and above the igneous rocks, new rocks have formed. For example, sedimentary rocks which is covering it from above at several places, and at places it is buried beneath the ocean water also. Let's proceed. So intrusive igneous rocks, the cooling of magma deep below the earth's surface, this results in the formation of these rocks. They are called intrusive because the lava that forms them intrude other rocks. Now what do we mean by this? When the magma is having a high temperature, so it will intrude, it will melt the other rocks also, and then it will form a new rock which is igneous rock. So that's why we say it intrudes other rocks. The magma then slowly cools to form a rock, and the slow cooling allow minerals to collect and form larger crystal. How are extrusive igneous rocks formed? So all of you have come to know till now that the extrusive igneous rocks or volcanic rocks form when magma make its way to the earth's surface. The molten rock erupts or flow above the surface as lava and then cools to form rocks. So children, this should be clear that extrusive means exterior or outside, that is on the earth surface above the earth surface. The lava cool down and form the extrusive igneous rocks. Next question, what are the characteristics of these extrusive igneous rocks? So the igneous rocks which form by the crystallization of magma at the surface of the earth are called extrusive rocks. They are characterized by fine grained textures. Why they are fine grained, children? Fine grained because they have cooled very quickly. The magma, the lava has cooled very quickly, so they didn't get time to consolidate into larger crystals, so they are very fine grained. Their crystals are very small because their rapid cooling at or near the surface did not provide enough time for larger crystals to grow. So now children, the next topic is the difference between extrusive and intrusive igneous rocks. The extrusive igneous rocks are formed as a result of cooling of lava on the earth's surface, whereas the intrusive igneous rocks are a result of cooling down of magma below the earth surface. So this already we are aware of. Now the next is extrusive igneous rocks have smaller crystals because they have formed due to rapid cooling of lava, whereas intrusive igneous rocks have larger crystals because they have formed due to the slow process of cooling down of magma below the earth surface. Children, there are several other points. You can give some examples also to differentiate. I have written two major points for you. Now see the diagram. Here you can see that we discussed there are two types of igneous rock: intrusive, extrusive, right? Extrusive, which is formed when the lava is on the surface. Intrusive It is just written here, but it is below the earth's surface. And plutonic. Now plutonic are also intrusive, right? If you remember in the first the slide where we discussed the types of rocks, in that we learned the igneous rocks are of two types, extrusive, intrusive, and intrusive igneous rocks are of two types, plutonic and hypabasal. So let us know what are plutonic and hypabasal intrusive igneous rocks. Now students, see here, this picture I have given examples. This is intrusive igneous rock which is formed deep within the earth. Cooling is very slow, and the example is gabbro. Whereas basalt, which is an extrusive igneous rock, it is fine grained because it cools faster on the surface of the earth. See this another picture which shows some examples of intrusive and extrusive igneous rocks. Intrusive, granite, diorite and gabbro. And rhyolite, andesite and basalt. These are examples of extrusive igneous rocks. These three are formed beneath the earth's surface. They are formed on the earth's surface. Now children, you must be looking at these words like silicic, intermediate and mafic. So I have also put the meaning of these words. They are not in your syllabus, but in case you are interested, so I have put them. So as I told about the words mafic, mafic is an adjective to describe a silicate mineral or an igneous rock that is rich in magnesium and iron. If any igneous rock has minerals like magnesium and iron, it is mafic in nature. Intermediate rocks are roughly even mixture of felsic mineral and mafic minerals. So this is mafic and this is felsic. So intermediate rocks are in between mafic and felsic. What are felsic igneous rocks? Are rich in feldspar and silicon, right? So intermediate rocks either contain magnesium ion or feldspar and silicon. See, feldspar and silicon are also minerals or elements. I hope this is clear. Now, what is silicic? Is an adjective to describe magma or igneous rock rich in silica. So if a rock is rich in silica, it is known as silicic. So here we are with the last topic of today's class, the characteristics of igneous rocks. So because they are of volcanic origin, they are made up of cooling of lava and magma, they are hard and compact. They are formed by cooling and solidification of magma and lava. The size of the crystals depend on the rate of cooling of magma and lava. So children, the third point, I think it's clear, because at which place they are cooling, on the surface or intermediate depth or very deep inside the earth, the size of the crystal depends on that. These rocks are crystalline in nature because when the lava or the magma cool, they form crystals. Now on the basis of this, the igneous rocks can be divided into two more like acidic igneous rocks and basic igneous rocks. So acidic igneous rocks, why we call them like this? Because the cooling of magma having higher content of silica. If silica is much more in the lava or in the magma, then it is acidic igneous rock. And if the content of silica is lower, means lower content of silica is there, then the igneous rocks are basic in nature. They are not acidic. So these are the characteristics of igneous rocks. Children, there are more written in your book. You can just get extra points from these videos and also refer to your book and add some points in your book if it's missing there. So, thank you students. This was all for today's class.